Hey everybody, this little guy dropped on my desk this week. It is the brand new DJI RS4. There is also an RS4 Pro, as was with 3, but I didn't get that one, so we're just gonna focus on this guy for now. Now, gimbals for me have been that one product in our industry that I absolutely love to hate, and I hate to love, because they have fundamentally transformed how we make films and videos, and yet they can be at times really frustrating and limiting. And if you've ever used a gimbal, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Now, DJI has been long considered to be the innovator for camera gimbals, and it's really thanks to their innovations that gimbals are getting increasingly easier to use. And the RS4 is certainly the next step in those innovations. Now, today's video is just a quick overview. I only really had a couple days to suss this thing out, and on first inspection, it actually looks no different than the RS3. The payload remains the same at 6.6 pounds, and the battery life remains unchanged as well. It's only when you look closer that you notice the slight but important changes. First and most impressively is the tilt base plate, which is now hot swappable for vertical shooting, and it really only required a quick roll rebalance for me to start shooting again. This is definitely the hero update. The second thing I noticed was how that one of the USB ports had moved to the back, and that is because they've extended the arms or travel, buying you an extra centimeter or so. And this is going to give the user a greater range of rigs that they can build on this gimbal. This is the one thing I wanted to explore a little bit further. I don't think I'm alone in this, but I have a reputation for really trying to push gimbals to their limit. Heck, I even made a whole video about it once, and in my RS2 review, I also attempted to overload the gimbal. You starting to see a theme here? And thus, I went to my friend's studio because he owns a couple RS3 Pros and every conceivable accessory known to man. And I thought it would be really fun to see what we could get to work with the RS4. The first attempt was with the Sony FX6, which was an immediate no-go. However, Tilta has made a tilt base replacement for the RS3, which allows you to place a small V-mount battery and power your camera from that. No such accessory was available for me at the time that I shot this with the RS4, but I suspect that it will most definitely be available shortly for those two gimbals. This accessory could potentially make the FX6 work with a smaller lens on the RS4, but that's, at this time, completely untested, and again, air quotes on potentially. For those who own an FX6 camera, my suggestion is to save yourself the grief and just buy an RS4 Pro. The next step was to get the Red Komodo to work. One would think that the Red Komodo being so compact, it would be easy, but alas, no. The only way I could get it to work was some sort of counterweight in the form of the DJI Transmission transmitter. And of course, you have the added benefit of this amazing transmitter. I did a couple quick comparisons with the Komodo performance on the RS4 versus my friend's RS3 Pro. Ultimately, the RS3 Pro allowed me to mount and balance the camera quicker and with greater ease, which is not really about design or updates, just size. The RS4 is still very much in the domain of hybrid mirrorless cameras. DJI works best with Sony cameras, but that is also changing. You see, because DJI has now opened up their SDK, which stands for Software Development Kit, to third parties. And that includes you and me if you find yourself a tinkerer. Someone who tinkers. That's not me. But in DJI's own language, they state that the Open SDK protocol allows third-party manufacturers and individual users to develop tailored solutions based on their unique usage scenarios, expanding the possibilities of the RS series stabilizers. Now, I may be stepping out of line by saying this, as it did not come from DJI themselves, but instead an unnamed industry colleague who speculated that the reason that they are doing this is to work more closely with Tilta. But because DJI and Tilta are not actual business partners, as in they don't have business interests within themselves, they can't play favorites. So they open up the SDK to anyone with the implicit plan that Tilta can make their accessories and their devices go further than before. And of course, there is this side benefit of opening up the DJI Ronin ecosystem to other brands, which increases market popularity of their products. So pretty smart. Again, just a theory, and it was not at all vetted by DJI. The only other real change is in their 4th generation stabilizing algorithm. Now, I hadn't really noticed any great change, But again, I'm certain that it's possibly evident in certain scenarios. I just simply did not have enough time to test it against the RS3 in a wide range of scenarios. Although it is great to know that they're constantly working on improving those algorithms, giving us a lot more fluidity and freedom with our shots. And that is all for today. Thank you so much for watching. As always, please subscribe to the channel for more great videos like this one. And please comment in the comment section below because maybe you got something to say about this. Are you a tinkerer? For me, for now, I'm out of here. Peace.